How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Down to Earth with me, Kristian Harloff. As we've been talking about it, and more people are talking about the hearings, we just had on Matt Laslo this past Tuesday, from Askapol, who's been really diving deep into the Congress hearings. He's the one who basically got the confirmation that this thing's happening in November. The other one, it is what it is, the Gillibrand one, which... whatever. We're not taking that one serious. The one we're taking serious is the one that the same group of people that ran the last one with Grush are running this one in November, and there's been tons of questions about it, about who's going to be the witness, who's going to what is it going to be? USO? Is it going to be UAP? Like, what is it going to be? There's more and more information coming out. Well, one of the main people that has been the center of this thing in Congress has been Tim Burchett, and Laslo spoke to him, and he asked him what he was hoping to get out of it, because that's the question that we're all asking, right? Is what is this hearing going to be? Is this hearing just going to be another one of like, well, this is a credible person who worked here but can't tell you, got to tell you behind a skiff, and again, I am not taking that was so important and needed to happen, and I believe that David Grush is an absolute. I think he's a hero. And I think he's a guy that is going to be remembered for a very long time. And everything that he said in that hearing, he had to have said, and these things he couldn't have said, otherwise he would have gone to jail. But we can't do that again. Not the second time around. You can't, because we've heard that already. We understand why. But this time around, we can't hear, you can only tell you behind the skiff. We can't hear, you got to hear things that are going to actually get people to go, wait, say what? What happened? Well, Burchett was asked that question by Laslo, what he expects, what he wants out of this hearing. So here's the interview from Askapol.
For a few months.
Allegedly. Could see me in your mind.
Who do you think happened with the NDA?
I don't know. I didn't hear. What happened?
We'll see.
Okay, I don't know. I don't expect anything from it. I expect eventually they'll cover it or create some bureaucracy that oversees it and we'll never see anything.
Have you ever been in a briefing on the James Webb Space Telescope?
I do not believe I have. I saw a tweet today and I was like, dude, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, fair. What do you want to hear in November?
Disclosure, full disclosure, and then I won't get that.
When are you now?
You, baby.
But Mace just told me that you guys are still in dialogue about
Yeah. We're trying to get some good witnesses there, and we don't want to break them out too early like we did last time, and then they get squashed.
Yep.
All right, again, props to Matt Laslo for, once again, getting the answers from Congress and asking the questions that people just aren't asking. Other people should be asking about this potential hearing. Didn't know anything about the James Webb telescope, and there was other reports today that said that there's nothing going on with that at all. And the funny thing is, Pavel actually sent me the tweet that said that people have heard nothing about it. You got to remember that what Pavel heard. Pavel said he doesn't necessarily believe it. This is what he was hearing, but nonetheless, Burchett didn't know anything about it. He was asked about it by somebody else, which is interesting. But the thing that stands out is that he wants disclosure, right? He wants full disclosure, but he followed it up with, but we won't get that. Now, he's been, skeptic about all this stuff. And even to start the interview, Laslo asked him about the UAPDA, and he's like, I don't know, something will happen with it, and it'll turn into a joke, so I'm not even paying attention to it. He doesn't take it serious at all. And I gotta sympathize with him on that, because I don't think anybody does at this point, because everybody feels like it's just going to get gutted. He's not paying any attention, doesn't feel like there's any weight to it, and he's not even paying that much attention to it at all. Now, this thing, though, they said they're trying to get the actual witnesses, and I mentioned this with Laslo when I had him on, that the last time Burchett said that, he said, yeah, we had announced too many witnesses, and then NASA reached out to them and told them not to do it. So they're keeping it close to the vest on who they have. They don't want names to come out. And even when Laslo said he heard certain names, he didn't even want to mention them when we spoke, because they don't want the names out there. They don't want people to say, well, who is it? Because I'm sure there's names that are out there, and people are wondering if those people are good. There's been rumors of who it's going to be. You kind of hope it's going to, the ones that I hope for are Carl Nell, Gallaudet, which seems pretty inevitable, and I think Lukatsky is the one that is the most important. The one who, you listen to Lou Elizondo's interviews, whether it's Rogan or any of the news networks that he went on, and he talked about how that was the guy that basically told him, no, this stuff is legit, man. This is real. He's the one who told Lou. And then, I assume Lou is another one. But it's interesting to see what this hearing is going to be, because Garcia was asked about this hearing recently, and he said they're not even thinking about the fact that it was election or not, how it's an important topic. It seemed like, good politician answer, whatever it was. There's other people who are saying this is taking place in November. I don't know, man. It's like, I think that the two things that come out of this particular thing I'm talking about with you guys is, don't give up those witnesses. Let's find out. I'm fine finding out the day of who it is. Fine by me. And the full disclosure part of it, where he's like, yeah, that's what we want, but we don't think we're going to get it. What does that mean, though? Because if you're picking the witnesses and hoping for the witnesses to come out and say it, do you mean that you're going to pick these witnesses that can say these things, but then they're going to be silenced by whoever it might be, in the same way that Grush couldn't say certain things because of the skiff? And that's what I'd like to follow up with when he says, like, because that's the first thing I'd like to ask him. Lester Nare, if you're listening, I know you listen to this sometimes, get me in touch with Burchett. I want to talk to that guy. Lester Nare doing great work. I bust chops. But I would love to ask Burchett that question. Why, if you're going to put together all these witnesses, and you want all these witnesses together, and you're looking to have all these witnesses, then why do you follow it up with, I don't think we're going to get the disclosure? Well, then why bother even having it? Do you think that the roadblocks? Because I understand that. I think all these different roadblocks that have been put in front of you just think there's going to be more of them. Because remember, it was him that said they when they were trying to get this hearing from the one in August in 2023, that they were going to be in like some broom closet somewhere. And then finally the people there's some, I think Schumer or somebody pulled some strings and got him in a bigger room or something, but they were trying to bury it. Is that kind of what he means? I think that's what he could mean. I don't know. But there's more and more talk about this, and there's more and more questions that are being asked about mostly the players that are involved, but looks like we're going to keep getting more of it. I think it'll heat up even more so once the election's over, once we get into this hearing, and whoever the new administration is, then these questions are going to start coming in fast and furious, I think. And then you have the James Fox documentary, which should be interesting. And hell, if you are listening to what Simon Holland is saying from yesterday on Vetted, then we should have way more information within the next 6 months to a year on this. So what do you guys think about all this? Do you think that, they should be hiding the witnesses, not talking about them yet? Do you think that disclosure is going to happen at these hearings? What will happen at these hearings? Why is Burchett skeptical that even though he's pulling up witnesses, that they're going to be silenced? Is it just going to be like they're going to hit too many roadblocks? What do you guys think? Put your comments in there. Let me know. Thanks for joining us here. Have a great weekend. And if you want to help out the show, you want to be part of it, join the channel today. Become a member. If not, you want to help it out a different way, well, then check out Rocket Money. I'm going to tell you about Rocket Money, and then I'll see you on Monday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye. Hey, guys, thanks for watching the show. Listen, I have been there so many times where I've had subscriptions that I've been going through my phone, didn't even realize I still had them. I signed up at one point, and I said, what am I doing? I'm wasting all this money. And I stopped doing that a while ago because I have Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a subscription service, and it is amazing. It's a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending, and it helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You get alerts if bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over budget. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/DTE. That's rocketmoney.com/DTE. This thing keeps me organized. I've been using it for so long. I really love Rocket Money. I have it on my phone. I literally have an update right there. I love Rocket Money, and you will too. So check it out. The link's in the description.